Y'all just let me know when y'all ready.
Ready. I don't know if I'm gonna be.
Alright, cool.
He's already mumbling.
Right.
Sleepy Joe over here.
What's going on, guys? It's Vance with G&S Suzuki. Today we're going to do something that we're going to start trying to do. It's going to be Shop Talk Tuesday. I got some of the guys here from the shop. I hope this really kind of works out pretty good, because I think this would be a good, knowledgeable deal for y'all viewers out there, and also give us opportunity to connect with y'all. We're going to do a couple products we have here. We actually have some chain lube and one of our fuel cleaners also. Like I said, the guys are going to explain why these are pretty good products that we have. For y'all that don't know, G&S, we're located here in Wichita Falls, Texas. Mo, you want to explain how long G&S has been open?
Yeah, originally G&S Suzuki was G&S Superbikes, actually just right down the street from us on Scott Street here. It opened right back around 1993, 1994. Originally opened by Toby Grace, which most of the locals know him. He's a retired professional road racer, rode for Final Honda. He did a lot of cool stuff, on the road race scene. In 2003, he bought into the Suzuki franchise, one of the major powerhouse OEMs, and he moved them right here, 1001 Scott Avenue, Wichita Falls, Texas. From 2003 on, they saw their, the heyday, and the Suzuki sales really took off. I myself was I'm a retired professional dirt bike racer, motocross racer, and this was one of my sponsoring dealerships. Whenever I moved to Suzuki from Yamaha back in about 2005, I rode for this dealership all the way till I turned professional. And then after retiring from racing, going to college, I actually came here in late 2011. And from there on, we just continued to kind of grow the dealership. We've brought in several OEMs, such as SSR Motorsports, Sportsman Country, Hyson. In the past, we've had Arctic Cat, Textron, E-Z-GO. We've done the Orion Sand Reapers before, but as of right now, we're currently housing Suzuki SSR, Sportsman Country, along with Hyson, as our main products that we push here. And we range, anything from the youth riders on the small dirt bikes and small four-wheelers, all the way up to the major cruisers and adventure bikes that Suzuki has to offer, such as like the famous V-Strom series, the Hayabusa series. And then we also offer some different stuff. We've got a great selection of entry-level bikes. We've now brought in Benelli as well. They're partnered up with the SSR Motorsports chain. But we also carry a pretty big selection of used Harley-Davidsons as well throughout the years. We try to stock what the people want, and we try to keep a good variety and selection, of different types of bikes for all different types of styles of riding. Not only do we house, the bikes, we also house all of the gear, all of the service equipment, chemicals, lubricants, the latest and greatest from all of the major, OEMs and parts distributors. We also have a full service department that works on pretty much anything. We really don't discriminate as far as age or, brand. We've even worked on small engine equipment such as lawnmowers. We've worked on Sea-Doos. We've worked on smaller tractors before. We're just kind of a wide open dealership. We try to keep an open mind to anything somebody brings in here. Any sort of issue. We want to really try to help them not only get leave with a good deal, but also feel like they got a good deal on service. If they have an issue, we can try to resolve that problem for them. So that's just kind of a broad spectrum of the dealership and kind of what we do.
Awesome. And Adam right here is actually one of our service guys, so when you walk in our front doors, you'll be able to see his beautiful face.
Of course. You
liking it here?
Yeah, man. Little about myself. I actually moved here about 3 months ago from Massachusetts. I'm an avid motorcycle rider myself. Been riding since I was, about 13, 14, real motorcycles. Just something that's a passion of mine. I ride to work almost every day. I actually moved down here hoping to get a good job somewhere, and luckily, Bo was looking for somebody to fill his needs in the service department, and I've been here ever since. So between me and him, we're like a two-headed monster down here between parts and service, man. If you get with this man or myself, we'll get you any part that you need for power sports, motorcycles, dirt bikes, quads, anything. So, with that being said, you know, this is GNS, the two-headed monster here. We work on everything. So you want to dive into these, right?
Yeah. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start talking about products. But what do we have here?
My product of choice, it's one of my favorite products just because it's a complete kit. I'm one of those guys that prefers everything in a box. If I can buy an oil change kit, I will buy the whole kit right there. I don't, you know, sometimes I'm a little bit picky, just depends on which bike I'm dealing with, but one of my favorites of all times for you chain drive guys, that includes sport bikes, dirt bikes, you know, sport quads, and even some old school Harley Davidsons where guys have done the chain conversion from the belt drive. It's going to be the Maxima Ultimate Chain Care Kits. It comes with every single step as far as what you're going to need to completely restore a chain. Now, for you guys that are like myself, oftentimes I will spend the extra money for the better quality product. My favorite chain of choice is going to be a DID Gold in particular. You can get the VX32, you can get the X-Ring, you can get the O-Ring. For you off-road guys, it's going to be a roller or a non-O-Ring chain, so you don't want to deal with the O-rings in the dirt. But this thing is kind of a one-all solution. You start with your chain cleanup, which goes in, it works as a really, really good and thorough degreaser. You can go in, kind of get the grime, kind of get that stuff off of there, kind of get the slate wiped clean. Then you move on to what they call the MPPL, which is going to be your multi-purpose penetrant lube. What this does is it really gets down into the chain once it's completely cleaned off with the degreaser, the cleanup. And it gets rid of, you know, it goes in and it lubricates the inner portions of the chain, the inner linkage, the O-rings, the rollers. It goes in and really gets a good lube on there. And then finally you finish it up with the chain wax, which in what I call it is the perfect finish. The chain wax goes on and it makes a casing around the chain that's going to keep the lubricant, keep the grime, keep everything from flinging off. Actually, the chain wax is my highest seller as far as any sort of chain lube or chain chemical that we keep in stock here. You know, it's the upper tier. Maxima has always been one of my favorite brands to work with. Growing up racing, my dad always used Maxima products. You know, especially the Castro 927 in particular, down from the two-stroke era. But yeah, for the guys that go out, you know, and actually spend money on a really good chain, like, you know, some of the DID chains for some of the sport bikes, I mean, those get up into the upper 100s, lower $200 range. You don't want to just neglect it and let it stretch and develop tight spots and not take care of it and then have to automatically replace it, you know, 5-6 months down the road. That puts you at spending almost $500 on it. And if you don't install your own chain, you know, you're spending $700-800 a year just on your drive chains. Not to mention the damage it can do to your sprockets. When sprockets start getting worn to chains, it's difficult to just throw a chain on worn sprockets. So a lot of times these things are really important. And there's enough in this to probably do the chain. You could probably get anywhere from 7 to 10 cleanings and waxes out of this kit right here. So you buy one of these, this thing's gonna last you for a year, maybe even more, depending on how much you ride. You know, if you're just a kind of a weekend warrior, this thing will last you forever. It's a one-time cost. It's $27.95. And for, like I said, for what it's worth, if you keep an expensive chain on your bike, the $27 is nothing to make sure it's taken care of. So like I said, with that being said, this is going to be the most complete of all of our chain care products. You know, it's the most complete setup. Now you can always go through and pick your individual stuff. I know everybody likes individual stuff, but me, guys like me, I'm a package guy. I just like to grab one thing and I'm good, I'm done. This is going to be the best product on the show.
Awesome. Well, is that just for dirt bikes or can you use that on street?
No, as I was saying in the beginning, I mean, it can take care of dirt bikes, sport quads, sport bikes, even the Harley Davidsons, and some of the cruisers. I've seen some chain conversion kits done to belt drive cruisers. This is going to take care of that too. This is, like I said, it's a one-all be-all for any sort of chain, like drive chain deal, you know, that you may have on your bike.
Awesome. Yeah. And we do carry that here at GNS also. Tank. Now I'll tell you what. Literally, man, the other day, I went and got some seafoam.
Yep.
And I heard somebody tell me this right here is actually one of the best parts to get. So how come, why is this better than seafoam?
So I used to be an avid seafoam guy. I'd be the guy, hey man, get seafoam, it's the best thing. It blows out all the carbon and the gunk out of your valves and everything. But I actually got turned on from this from you. I use this in my sports bike. I ride frog rockets all the time. With this, what this does is it takes out the water completely out of the gas. So it just cleans your injectors, cleans your carburetors, cleans everything. And it doesn't just clean it out where all the gunk goes back into your injectors, which seafoam does, unfortunately. Seafoam will clean out your injectors, but it'll also leave tiny little particles that get everything stuck into your injectors or carburetors or jets. This will break it down to a fine mineral where it will fly through your injectors so it burns hotter. That right there, it improves gas mileage, man. There's additives in it that protects and lubes your injectors, it lubes your carburetors. It's really the bee's knees of injector cleaner. It's starting to take over. We do sell it here. We carry a lot of it here. I think it's a safer alternative than seafoam. We use this also in our service shop too. Whenever a bike comes in and I know that, if it's carburetor starting to get junked up or something, I usually say, hey, why don't we throw some of this in it? It protects it. And this also is just as good as the old model mystery oil that everybody uses. They used to use this. It stabilizes fuel as well. It's not just a cleaner, it's a stabilizer as well. So it's a double-edged sword with this.
Yeah.
Not to mention, this thing can work on any form of equipment.
Yep.
Any sort of motor. I even run this stuff. I was actually, whenever I turned the guys onto this product, because I learned about this product a few years ago when I brought it in. I actually run this stuff in my truck. I regularly add this to my gas in my truck, and it's actually, because I have a tuner on my truck, it has increased my fuel mileage by 4 miles to the gallon, which is super impressive. It just completely eliminates the ethanol. It gets rid of the junk. Everybody knows it's no secret these days. Gas is terrible. At these local gas stations, it's just watered down. Unless you're buying performance fuel, completely, the super unleaded or just non-ethanol in general. Which a lot of people, that tends to not be so kind to the wallet. So this is a solution for, I believe it's $7.95 a bottle. It treats up to 48 gallons. This is a solution that can really not only, help your pocketbook in the long run, because it's saving fuel mileage, you don't have to buy the crazy expensive gas. But then again, it's also healthier for your vehicle, which is, any sort of vehicle, your car, your truck, your boat, ATVs, sport bikes, dirt bikes, anything. This stuff is it's gonna improve your health. So in my opinion, it's a no-brainer. For a very cheap cost, you can, prolong having to go spend that $300 to get your twin carbs clean and resynced, or having to drop it off at the shop and be without your only form of transportation for a week to 2 weeks. Something like this can really save you some headaches in the future.
And it's also, one quick thing too, is that there is no overdoses on this. So say if you use seafoam and you don't use the correct amount that it's certified for, you could end up doing damage to yours. With this, there is none. You can, if you have a heavy hand, oops, I poured a little bit more in, it's not going to harm it, So with that being said, man, StarTron's the way to go, and we do carry it here, man. So come on down and see us, and we'll take care of you.
Yeah, I was a big Lucas guy.
Yeah.
Lucas cleaner. Not bashing Lucas. Lucas is still a really good product. We carry a bunch of stuff on our shelf also, but yeah, this is really, really good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've always found, I've always been personally biased to certain brands of chemicals, lubes, oils. I'm extremely biased. These guys know it. Maxima, Motul, those tend to be my favorites. But then again, I truly believe that every single brand has its niche product. And in Starbright's case is StarTron. This is something that you can buy, not only exclusively through us here at GNS Suzuki, but you can find it almost anywhere. And it's a product that I truly believe in. I think it's something that's going to improve all aspects of performance. It's going to give you longevity and durability as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome, man. Well, guys, I really appreciate this. Hopefully all viewers out there got a little bit of knowledge about some products that we have here. Like I said, we do have these products here at GNS Suzuki, Wichita Falls. Don't we have an event coming up?
Yeah.
If y'all want to come check us out and see us,
We're actually doing we're helping a child who was recovering from a brain cancer, and unfortunately that brain cancer came back. And here at JNS, you know, we decided to kind of give back to the community a little bit. We're going to be hosting a bike show at the local Hooters down here, Wichita Falls. We're going to be doing that, setting up a booth. It's for Liliana. Unfortunately, it's an unfortunate thing, and here at JNS, it kind of touches home with all of us. So we will be there. We'll be setting up a little booth. We'll have, you know, a couple shirts, you know, hanging out. You know, a couple other products as well. So stop by and see us there. That'll be on June 27th. I believe it's at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Starts at 2. There's going to be, you know, actual trophies and everything for dresser class. Then you have your sport bike class, and then I think there's going to be 2 or 3 different classes also for cars as well. It'll just be a good, you know, good showing to come on out and, you know, check out the store a little bit. Check out, you know, what we have for products.
And didn't you guys mention there might possibly be a stunt show?
Yes, absolutely. There's also going to be a stunt show there. That is confirmed. There will be a stunt show there, you know. So we're going to have a couple of local guys who do stunt shows around here. They're going to be posting up in the parking lot, you know, burning some tire, doing some wheelies, and doing some things that you haven't seen on a motorcycle done in a long, long time. So that would be cool. So come check it out. June 27th, local Hooters. And we'll see you there.
Make sure to check our Facebook page, the GNS Suzuki Facebook page. We will, if we don't already, have flyers posted of the location, the times, things that are going to be included, kind of just a broad spectrum and writing of what Adam just went over. And then also on our next episode, we're going to get into a couple of different subjects. It might actually be a 2-part video. We're going to start diving into some of the services that we do offer here, just a little bit more in depth with some pricing, things like that. So that our viewers, you guys that have never been to the shop or trying to look for somewhere to get your stuff worked on, you know, you'll kind of get an idea of what you'd be looking at, save you the phone call, save you all the, you know, the BS, so to speak. And then also the other part of that is going to be with me. It's going to be on financing, financing motorcycles. Anywhere from the best credit, primo credit, who the better banks are, where the better interest rates are, all the way down to you're in the middle of a credit rebuild or you just don't have any credit at all. I've been doing this for about 10 years now, so I've got some insight. I've got some really cool tips and advice for all credit scores. That's for the better credit all the way down to just there's nothing there, or you've got a lot of you know, issues on your credit or blemishes. So make sure that you guys, you know, like and subscribe to the channel. Check the link below to go to our website and kind of see, you know, go to our website, check out our inventory, check out the services that we offer, and give us a call. You know, give us a call, message us on Facebook, shoot us an email. We're all open books here. So if you have any questions at all, you know, no question is a dumb question in my book.
Absolutely. Definitely come to the shop and come see us, save some money down here. If you do see this video, we'll give you 10% off of anything in the shop that you can grab and get your hands on. So just come see me at the desk and we'll take care of you.
So yeah, that wraps up our news segment. We're going to do Shop Talk Tuesday. I hope y'all liked the video, so make sure y'all like and subscribe everything. And y'all stay tuned for next Tuesday. We'll be there for you. Thanks, guys.
Next time.
Yeah.